Hello once again. Sa oras na ito, pag-uusapan natin ang kwento ni Teddy.
We don't need no education. Teacher, leave them kids alone.
Welcome to Teacher's Pod.
So, kumusta lahat sa ating mga kaguro na nakikinig? So, sa ating page 10, gusto kong i-share itong kwento na ito. I think itong kwento na ito ay sikat na. Nasi-share na sa ating mga kasamang guro. Pero gusto ko pa rin siyang i-share. At the same time, relate natin sa mga experience natin, mga karanasan natin bilang isang guro. So, ang title ay Teddy and Mrs. Thompson. And from time to time, kapag nagbabasa ako, medyo inuungo tayo ngayon. So, pasintabi na lang po. Ayan. English po yung istorya, kaya medyo, ang tawag doon ay medyo mag-nosebleed tayo. So, nandito po. Jean Thompson stood in front of her 5th grade class on the very first day of school in the fall and told the children a lie. Like most teachers, she looked at her pupils and said that she loved them all the same, that she would treat them all alike, and that was impossible because there in front of her, slumped in his seat on the 3rd row, was a little boy named Teddy Stoddard. May mga syempre, dahil tao rin lang tayo, bilang teacher, meron tayong paborito pa rin. Though, hindi natin dapat sinasabi. And then, meron din yung medyo mabigat yung kalooban mo. Yan. Pero ang idea nga is dapat tratuhin natin sila ng pare-parehas. Mrs. Thompson had watched Teddy the year before and noticed he didn't play well with other children, that his clothes were unkempt, and that he constantly needed a bath. And Teddy was unpleasant. It got to the point during the first few months that she would actually take delight in marking papers, or his papers, with broad red pen, making bold X's, and then marking the F at the top of the paper, biggest of all. Ayan. Di ba? Relate din sa experience natin kung minsan. Meron din, sigurado ko masizero ka, yung mga ganun, di ba? And then, yung parang masaya ka pang magbibigay ng X sa mga papel ng, pero hindi dapat natin ginagawa yan. As much as possible, dapat tayo ay maging objective, sa ating mga actions sa lahat ng ating mga estudyante. Because Teddy was a sullen little boy, no one else seemed to enjoy him. At the school where Mrs. Thompson taught, she was required to review each child's records, and she put Teddy's off until last. When she opened his file, she was in for a surprise. His 1st grade teacher wrote, "Teddy is a bright, inquisitive child with a ready laugh. He does his work neatly and has good manners. He is a joy to be around." His 2nd grade teacher wrote, "Teddy is an excellent student, well liked by his classmates, but he is troubled because his mother has terminal illness and life at home must be a struggle." His teacher, or 3rd grade teacher, wrote, "Teddy continues to work hard, but his mother's death has been hard on him. He tries to do his best, but his father doesn't show much interest, and his home life will soon affect him if some steps aren't taken." Teddy's 4th grade teacher wrote, "Teddy is withdrawn and doesn't show much interest in school. He doesn't have many friends and sometimes sleeps in class. He is starting and could become a problem. By now, Mrs. Thompson realized the problem, but Christmas was coming fast. It was all she could do. With the school play and all, until the day before the holidays began, she was suddenly forced to focus on Teddy's stutter. So nakikita natin yung dahilan kung bakit si Teddy ay sa 5th grade niya ay ganon ang attitude towards learning. So imagine yung record niya from grade 1 to grade 4, dahan-dahang nagbago instead na nag-improve, nag-devolve. Tama? Okay. And yun. Isang nakikita kong very important lesson na mabago natin ituloy is yung yung paggawa natin ng napaka-importante yung tawag nito, yung anecdotal records, yung records of observation natin sa mga bata, yung mga nangyayari sa kanila is napaka-importante bilang gabay din sa susunod na mag-handle sa kanila. Yung lagi kong sinasabi, it's the teaching is an effective teaching is effective teaching starts o nag-iumpisa sa understanding, pang-unawa. At hindi mo mauunawaan ang isang sitwasyon kung wala kang alam kung bakit nagkakaroon ng sitwasyon. Napakahalaga ang itong isang bagay na ito, which is dapat na napakagandang i-share ko na parang napakagandang i-practice natin yung paggawa natin ng anecdotal record, yung na-observan natin, nakikita natin nangyayari sa mga estudyante natin. Yun nga lang, kung nandito tayo sa public, just imagine yung imagine mo yung 50 nagagawan mo ng anecdotal record, pero ayan, sabi nga, parte yan ng trabaho natin. At baka sakali kasi nga may lumabas na memo na matatanggal na yung mga napakaraming administrative task natin mga teachers sa DepEd, makakapag-focus na tayo dito. So, balikan natin yung kwento. Okay. So, that was Christmas. Now, her children, or the students of Mrs. Thompson, brought her presents, all in beautiful ribbon and bright paper, except for Teddy's, which was clumsily wrapped in a heavy brown paper of scissored grocery bag. Mrs. Thompson took pains to open it in the middle of other presents. Some of the children started to laugh when she found a rhinestone bracelet with some of the stones missing, and a bottle that was 1/4 full of cologne. She stifled the children's laughter when she exclaimed how pretty the bracelet was, putting it on and dabbing some of the perfume behind the other wrist. Teddy Stoddard stayed behind just long enough to say, "Mrs. Thompson, today you smell just like my mom used to." Wow. So yung kinift pala niya sa teacher niya is yung cologne or yung pabango ng nanay niya at yung bracelet din ng nanay niya na namatay. Kasi nga through the narrative report again, yung anecdotal record ng mga previous teachers niya, nalaman ni Mrs. Thompson na namatay pala yung nanay niya. Nagkaroon ng terminal illness and then namatay. And yung gift niya kay Mrs. Thompson, siguro nakita niya si Mrs. Thompson as a mother figure, no? Kaya binigay niya yun. And he said, "Mrs. Thompson, today you smell just like my mom used to." After the children left, she cried for at least an hour. On that very day, she quit teaching, reading, and writing and speaking. Instead, she began to teach children. Jean Thompson paid particular attention to one they called Teddy. As she worked with him, his mind seemed to come alive. The more she encouraged him, the faster he responded. On days there would be an important test, Mrs. Thompson would remember that cologne. By the end of the year, he had become one of the smartest children in the class, and, well, he had also become the pet of the teacher who had once vowed to love all the children exactly the same. A year later, she found a note under her door from Teddy, telling her that all the teachers he had in the elementary school, she was his favorite. 6 years later, before she got another note from Teddy, he then wrote that he had finished high school, third in class, and she was still his favorite teacher of all time. 4 years after that, she got another letter saying that things had been tough at times. He stayed in school, had stuck with it, and would graduate from college with the highest honors. He assured Mrs. Thompson she was still his favorite teacher. Then 4 more years passed, and yet another letter came. This time, he explained that after he got his bachelor's degree, he decided to go a little further. The letter explained that she was still his favorite teacher, but now his name was a little longer. The letter was signed Chowder F. Stoddard, MD. This story doesn't end there. You see, there was yet another letter that spring. Teddy said he'd met this girl and was to be married. He explained that his father had died a couple of years ago, and he was wondering if Mrs. Thompson might agree to sit in the pew usually reserved for the mother of the groom. On that day, John Thompson wore that bracelet, the one with the rhinestones missing, and on that special day, John Thompson smelled the way Teddy remembered his mother smelling on their last Christmas together. They hugged each other, and Dr. Stoddard whispered in Mrs. Thompson's ear, "Thank you, Mrs. Thompson, for believing in me. Thank you so much for making me feel important and showing me that I could make a difference." Mrs. Thompson, with tears in her eyes, whispered back. She said, "Teddy, you have it all wrong. You were the ones who taught me that I could make a difference. I didn't know how to teach until I met you." That was the end of a very touching story. Sa implication sa ating mga teacher, is word siguro na lahat or every child is special, and it is our job, trabaho natin na i-guide sila at i-nurture sila para ma-discover nila yung kanilang potential. Trabaho natin na i-inspire sila, at trabaho rin natin na alamin kung sino sila, alamin ang dahilan ng kanilang mga yung kalungkutan, alamin kung sino talaga sila. Kaya meron tayong home visitation. Minsan kasi yung home visitation hindi ko alam kung nakukuha natin yung real na objective, pero observation lang ho, hindi naman nila lahat. Kaya lang kung may mga iba kasi na, ay nako, nag-home observation, nag-home visitation ako. Ay, grabe pala yung, grabe naman. Yun, ginagawa na natin tupiko ng chismes ng Marites. Yung nakita nyo sa home visitation. Instead na ayun, lalo na sana nating maiintindihan ang dahilan kung bakit ganun yung bata. And then, sa pamamagitan ng na-discovery mo yun, makakagawa ka ng paraan para matulungan mo yung bata. Hindi, parang nagiging, ayun na, kwentuhan na lang yung ginawa mo. Or sometimes, sa dinami-dami ng, hindi natin masisisi, sinasabi ko nga. Sa dinami-dami ng ginagawa is, ayun, nagiging for compliance lang yung visitation, ano? Pero, yun nga. Kung aayon kayo sa aking, o kung a-agree kayo sa akin, yung sabi ko noon is, lagi yung sinasabi, is teaching with an effective teaching must have understanding. Diba? Because it's through understanding that every good qualities of a teacher will come in. If you understand the child, if you understand your learner, okay, diverse strategies in teaching will come in. If you understand your learner, your patience will grow longer. If you understand your learner, your views of them will become clearer. If you understand your learner, okay, you will love them more. So yeah, it's true understanding that all the good qualities of a good teacher will come in. Pero, hindi mo makukuha yung understanding na yan. Yung understanding, maraming layers lang. Diba? At para makuha natin yung optimal na good qualities ng teachers, kailangan natin ng very deep understanding. Pero hindi naman tayo makakapunta sa deep understanding kung may barrier. Ano yung barrier na yan? Kung hindi natin alam. Kung wala tayong alam. So we should know more about our learners. We should know more about our learners. Ano pa yun? Know more about them, and that we should know more ways on how to deal with them. So napakahalaga ng upgrading ng ating knowledge in teaching. Kaya napakaganda na meron tayong insets tulad ng mga sim breaks na ito, na meron tayong mga trainings ganon, na nagtataka lang ako kung bakit wala siyang CPD points. Diba? Kasi lahat siguro ng professional ay hindi magpupunta sa isang training na hindi niya kakailanganin. You know, sayang lang sa oras yun. Kaya hindi ko alam sa PRC kung ano ba ang alam nila sa professional development. Yan na nga. Iba na yung napuntahan. Yan. So you cannot understand without knowledge. So you have to get the knowledge first. Knowledge about your students, their background. You have to know more about your students. You have to know strategies, know effective ways of dealing with students. Then that's when a complete understanding will come in. Diba? So, ayun ang parang reflections ko sa kwento na ito. Napakahalaga, napakagandang kwento. Yung tungkol sa favorite, ano yun yung parang may, normal na yan sa atin. Tao lang tayo. Pero we always have to remind ourselves na dapat lagi nating paalalahanan ng ating sarili na maging patas tayo sa pagtrato natin, sa pag-asikaso natin sa ating mga estudyante. Yun. Laging paalalahanan ng sarili. Kaya napakahalaga yung reflections, no? Yung lagi tayo nagre-reflect sa lahat ng mga sinasabi natin, sa lahat ng mga ginagawa natin. Yun din ang magka-guide sa atin. Isa pang reflection na ko sa kwento na ito is, minsan, through understanding, di ba sabi ko kanina, yung bata dapat para ma-understand natin o magkaroon tayo ng deeper understanding na pangunawa is dapat yung kaalaman. Makuha natin yung kaalaman. Minsan din, yung understanding, yung pangunawa, yung malalim na pangunawa mo sa kalagayan ng estudyante mo, ang magtuturo sa'yo kung paano mo sila turuan. Yung part dito gusto ko yung sinabi niya doon na since then, yung sinabi na niya, she stopped teaching reading, yung sinabi na doon, and she quit teaching reading and writing and speaking. Instead, she began to teach children. Parang ganun. It's a napakano na kataga. Pero yun, through understand the children, and the rest of the teachings will follow. Yan. So yung bata, through understanding, yung bata rin ang magtuturo sa atin kung paano natin sila tuturuan. Walang isang standard, walang nakaset na standard kung paano turuan ng mga bata. Diba? Kanya-kanyang kanya-kanyang pamamaraan yan. Kaya napakahirap ng trabaho nating mga teacher. Pero kung titingnan natin sa istorya na ito, napaka-rewarding din. Yung makita mo yung makita mo ang estudyante na magkakaroon ng success na ganun. It's very rewarding. At malalaman mo na kahit konti lang may na-contribute ka sa kanyang buhay. Times 10 mo yon, hindi lang isa, 10 or 20 ka na. Napakasaya, it's a fulfilling profession, yung pagiging teacher. Kaya, huwag tayong mag-give up. Okay? Gaano man kasalimuot ang pinagdaraanan ng nating mga teacher. Yan. Ito nga, yung mga istorya na nakaka-inspire na ganito. Ito ay isa lang sa mga kung halimbawa kay Mrs. Thompson ito, si Teddy ay isa sa mga na-inspire niya. At siguradong mas marami siyang na-inspire na iba. At alam ko rin na sa inyong lahat ng mga teacher na nakikinig, lahat kayo, meron siguro kayong 5, 10, 20, 30 na Teddy na na-inspire sa inyo, na inyong na-touch ang buhay at na nabago ang buhay. So, tuloy lang tayo sa pagtuturo. Huwag tayong susuko. Dahil, yun nga, tayo ang umpisa ng kanilang panibagong bukas o tagumpay. Yan lang po para sa pahinang ito. At see you ulit sa page 11.